If you've ever asked yourself, how can I get the swing and the golf game that I've always imagined without trying every tip, every training aid, watching every video after video on social media, then this podcast is for you. Welcome. I'm Daniel Guest, and welcome to the Imagen Golf Podcast. Today's episode is brought to you by Imagen Golf and PXG. Good afternoon and welcome back. It is FORE Minute Friday. My son is home and hit into. He just hit his 3-wood 240 yards because he's 25, jacked, and an excellent golfer. No, seriously. Today's a day, I should say, where we give you a tip, a tool, a strategy, something that you can take to the golf course right away, lower your scores without really changing your swing. And we do that in 4 minutes or less, starting now. Well, like I said, welcome back. It is truly Friday. I'm cutting this on Friday, 2 days after Christmas. Actually, 1 day after Christmas, man. And I don't normally work this day, right? But I had a couple students that wanted some lessons, so I went in and figured, what the heck, let's get this done. So, not a very controversial podcast today. Actually, a pretty simple one. Probably about, I don't know, a third of you will take the advice, but I highly recommend you all take the advice. It is, and the title is simple, right? The title is, look, now that the holiday is over, right? The great post-holiday exchange, right? Why you need to return that gift, that golf gift, I should say. Look, now that the wrapping paper is over, right? Or thrown away, I should say. We're way past turkey and Thanksgiving. You're probably staring at a couple, if you're a golfer, you're probably staring at a couple golf gifts. Maybe it's a box of balls that you don't like. It's a gadget that you've never seen or have no interest in. It could be a swing aid, a training aid that promises to, add 50 yards, or heaven forbid, it's the, and I'm doing air quotes, the Potty Putter that my kids gave me one year. But seriously, look, none of that stuff is really going to help your game. None of it, right? Even if it's club, let's say you got the latest, greatest driver, right? Someone picked it off the rack and gave you a great driver. Someone picked out a set of wedges for you, picked out a couple hybrids for you. Whatever you got, right? Here's my simple advice, and I already gave it away in the title. Return it, right? Return it, right? Why? Because you have other things missing in your game. I guarantee if you're getting these types of golf gifts, right, I guarantee you have other pieces missing in your game. So I kind of ranked a couple things that you should look for and take this money and put it towards, right? The first thing is a putter, right? Why? Because it's absolutely the moneymaker, right? You make more shots with your putter than any other club in the bag, right? And most of you have putters that are 10 plus years old. And even if they're not 10 plus years old, 95% of you have a putter that hasn't been fit. So get that credit, right? Go to Golf Galaxy, return whatever they gave you, return the clothes that that someone got on sale, and now you're going to return them, right? So, but take them back and put that credit towards a fitted putter. What putter? It doesn't really matter, right? I love the ZT putters, but pick a putter that you like, and you know what our strategy is when selecting clubs, right? Go there, hit it on a Wednesday, think about it Thursday, go back Friday. Hit it again, think about it Saturday and Sunday, and then purchase it on a Monday. All right. And we do that with all clubs. Our second suggestion would be a driver, right? The driver is a crazy, critically important golf club. If you can't get off the tee appropriately, you cannot play your best golf. And there are a ton of drivers out there that are great, and they are highly adjustable, and there are a ton of shafts. So just when you say that out loud, you have to be fit for a driver. You cannot play your best game with stuff off the rack. And I don't want to hear any garbage anymore about it being more expensive. You can't afford it. You're not good enough. It's not more expensive. And everybody and their mother is good enough, including my mother. Right? So get fit for that driver. If you got a little bit more money, then go for it. Go get some irons, right? Get some decent irons. Consistency is king when it comes to irons. These modern irons are amazing. I mean, the technology in irons today is amazing. So if you're going to play your best golf, you got to have decent sticks in the bag. And, the clubs that you had for the irons that you had for 10, 15, 20 years, the neighbor that gave you a set of, Ben Hogan blades that look really cool and are nostalgic and all that stuff, they're not going to cut it, man. Not going to cut it at all. So, and those clubs that you played great in high school with, again, aren't going to cut it. So you got a little bit more room, a little bit more money, I should say, and room. Get fitted for some irons. Number 4 is an easy one that goes way unnoticed, and I can't believe the amount of people that I see with bad golf shoes. Right? These golf shoes that some of these people come in with, and it's mostly guys. They are torn up. They're old. They got no technology in them. They got no support left in them. God knows they have no traction left in them. The heels are worn. You know the guy. You're the guy. Give yourself a decent foundation, for God's sake. There's even some proof now that good golf shoes can lower your golf score. So do it, right? You don't have to spend a ton of money, right? You can get a great pair of golf shoes for just over $100. And if you find one of these on sale places, like Dick's has a warehouse, or there's a couple different golf places, Carl's warehouse, and all this stuff, you can get it for way under $100. Okay, but get a decent foundation. All right, not only will your game be a lot better, but God's sake, you'll look better. Right? And that's half the battle for some of you guys out there. All right, and number 5 is get a decent rangefinder or GPS, for God's sake, right? I can't believe how many playing lessons I do, and the guy will look at me, or the woman will look at me and go, well, how far do we have here? I'm like, well, what do you normally use? Oh, I don't use anything. I'm like, what? You don't use anything and you want to play your best golf? That's not going to happen. Right? We don't have a caddy with us, right? That has scouted the course for, 2 days, 5 days before the tournament. And oh, by the way, has been there for the last 15, 25 years, right? We don't have that ability. So, and by the way, a lot of people don't even know the distances, the actual real distances that they hit their club, right? Their clubs. And I'm talking carry distance, because that's the only number that matters. So if you don't have this data in a data-centric world that we're in today, man, you are costing yourself strokes in agony on the golf course. Point, paragraph, drop the mic, whatever you want to say. And by the way, you can get this stuff for really cheap. There's apps out there. Heck, there's apps out there for free. They're not the best, but they're better than nothing. I personally am partial to a watch. I like having a watch on me. I can see it. It feels normal and all that. I can see all the distances I need to the pin, front, middle, and back. I can see how far to the hazard. I can see you get the idea. I can see all that right at my watch. So I like having that, and it forms a certain confidence. So much so that I almost feel like naked when I don't have my watch on. So, but there you have it, right? In 4 minutes or less, I just improved your golf game. I made you a lot happier, truly happy, with the golf gifts that you got, or the golf gifts that you didn't get, but now you're taking stuff back and you're getting them, right? And you're going to play better golf, right? So, so there it is. The takeaway, look, don't feel guilty. The person who gave you the gift wants you to enjoy your hobby. So the best way to enjoy your hobby is to play better golf, not hit those top flight golf balls that feel like rocks. So pack up those gag gifts, gather up the receipts. If you don't have the receipts and you don't feel like asking for them, then just take the reduced credit or whatever and take some sound advice, because it is sound advice. So that's it for 4 Minute Friday. Get to your pro shop and make some of these exchanges. And here's to getting you the swing and the game that you've always imagined. Hey, Daniel here. Look, let's be honest. We all have that one or two golfer in our lives who is one bad round away from throwing a club, snapping a shaft, or even worse than yet, buying new clubs for a bad golf game. Or maybe even that golfer is you. This holiday season, stop guessing and start getting better. Right now at Imagen Golf, we're offering up to 20% off all golf lessons and gift cards through the end of the year. Whether it's a single tune-up or a full season transformation, Give the gift of lower scores and more fun on the course this year. Because at the end of the day, a better swing lasts way longer and a better game than just a box of balls. Visit ImagenGolf.com today and grab your gift cards and save. Imagine Golf, because golf just doesn't have to be that hard.